Hello, Amber, and welcome back to Your Own World USA. And looking forward to your latest video updates for February and March of 2018. Welcome back.
Thank you, Marshall. Thanks for having me.
And it's a pleasure having you here. And boy, this has been crazy, crazy weather. I don't know about you, but we just had the longest fall I've ever seen, right up until March. What about you?
We've had a lot of rain and a lot of snow, a lot of eyes. So
it's been doing it. But, you know, it's the thing that's really stunning is you've sent me a couple of your chemtrail videos, one from February the 17th, and the other one was 305. So what I'd like to do right now is let's just get started with looking at this first chemtrail video that we have from 217. Here we are. You're in the car, Amber. Tell us what's going on.
I'm the passenger in a car heading south from Morgantown down Interstate 79.
And wow, you can see that chemtrail pattern for a long way off.
Yeah, you can.
That's pretty much the standard rule right there. That one was typical, and I agree, but I think the one you did on March the 5th was really, really interesting for me. So let's get into this and talk about it for my viewers out there. Okay?
Okay.
And where were you when you took this?
I was standing in my yard.
Okay. Well, there's a mix of blue sky and cloud.
I think it was probably about 5 o'clock, 5-ish.
Mm-hmm. But there we see a chemtrail, and boy, there's the dingo balls. If you look right along the bottom of it, that bottom edge, all those clumps of chemicals. But look at that pattern. My God, that's 4 or 5 continuous streaks going all the way across the sky.
Mm-hmm.
That is stunning. But that right there, and I'm going to put a freeze frame in, not only did you capture these amazing patterns of chemtrails, but you captured also an authentic contrail created by a jet. The point being is contrails do not go across the sky from horizon to horizon. Now, when you're watching them spraying, what do you typically see in your area?
Every now and then I do see the actual contrails.
Mm-hmm.
It's obvious that there's something different about them because they're shorter, they dissipate. But when I'm out and about, normally what I see are just long chemtrails and lots of planes in the sky at the same time. It's not unusual to see at least 3 or 4 in the vicinity of one another spraying.
Right. And all this spraying is really putting a lot of junk up into the sky, that's for sure. And with that, I want to get into these videos you've been making from February, because I think this one really captures the essence of all of the viewing sky issues that we're seeing. So I want to go to February 16th, 2018. So let me spool that up. And here we go. Tell me what we're seeing, Amber.
This was actually, I believe, from the Lowe's parking lot in Clarksburg.
Wow. And, boy, when that exposure mode changes, that's stunning.
Yeah. I'm just standing in the parking lot trying to capture the second object there.
Okay. Back in February, since you shot that in February, is this what you were seeing most often during the days?
Yes, lots of haze and lots of glare coming from the sun.
Well, that was interesting that you got on that day, but the next day you sent me another video, and I think it illustrates it even better here from a standpoint of glare and that how that is affecting everything. So let me go ahead and spool that one up and have you walk my viewers through that. And here we're seeing the one on the next day. And where were you shooting this?
I believe I shot this from my house.
Okay. And then as you're zooming in, we're able to see the object exposure mode is changing. The sun is quite bright. There's tremendous amount of glare.
Mm-hmm. That's typical of what I see now.
Yeah. There's a lot of particulates in the sky. This much glare it's sad because I'm seeing a gray sky. It's not a beautiful blue sky. It's a gray sky. That's pretty ugly.
Yeah, it is.
After you sent me that one, didn't hear from you for a while, so I figured you were just having fun with the viewing skies, which are a gray sludge. Uh, but then you sent me one for March, and I think this is noteworthy. So let me spool it up and have you tell my viewers what they're saying. Now, this is from March 4th of this year. Talk my viewers through it.
This is once again me shooting from my driveway, probably about 5 o'clock-ish.
When the exposure mode changes, it is so dramatic.
It is. It made all the difference in the world.
It just brings it in. I mean, that is where your camera just is stunning. And no two smartphone cameras are alike. God, what a dirty sky.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's fortunate we can see anything when everything's just as clear as mud. But what was interesting is you changed tack, and on the 15th of March, you sent me a video with a tremendous amount of movement in it. So I'm going to bring that up and let's walk the viewers through that. Tell us what we're seeing.
Once again, as usual, I'm standing at the top of my hill and I'm trying to zoom in and catch that second object. This is probably around the 5 o'clock range. That's typically when I really try to go out and see if I can catch anything.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see all the glare coming from the sun.
And here you just really are making a lot of exaggerated movements back and forth.
I was just trying to show that that second object is staying stationary.
And it is. However, I have to tell you, of all the ones that you sent me, the one I like the best, and I suppose for aesthetic reasons really, is the one you sent me from March 18th. And I want to go through that and have you just tell the viewer about what we were seeing, just show them the actual footage. And then we're going to come back and take a look at a cropped version of that same footage. But let's start here. Amber, aesthetically, this is stunning. If it weren't such an ominous thing to look at. Quickly, what we're doing here.
I was once again standing at the top of my driveway, trying to zoom in and catch that second object.
Well, you not only caught the second object, but I saw something really interesting in there that I wanted to focus more attention on. So I was able to do a close-up frame on this. Let me show you what I found. Here you see it's close up. Now, if you look at diffusion, the sun is diffusing, but the object of interest is maintaining a sharp edge or relatively sharp edge because it's reflecting light, whereas the sun is creating light. And also at the very end, you start seeing some separation between the two. The thing about the close-up was that it really demonstrates your ability to observe and image the object of interest despite the winter weather, the chemtrail spraying. That tends to indicate that there's a change, that it's getting brighter. So with that in mind, it's not the only change. And I want to show you an interesting comparison. Here we see a comparison of images that I got from your videos. The first is from the September 9th, 2017. And then this one to the right is March the 3rd, 2018. And what is clearly obvious is that the object has moved in relationship to the sun. And it has gone down and a little to the left. Is that what you're seeing?
Yes.
So we have a brighter object. It's moving. And I have to say, one of the most interesting, stupid debunkings I've ever heard of was somebody said that you are capturing static lens flares. Now, and the first thought that comes to my mind is, okay, define static lens flare. You can't find it anywhere. Anywhere. I mean, this is somebody pulled this sunshine right out of their tuchus. So I'm going to ask you, Amber, could you define static lens flare?
I can do it for you. Maybe we have.
Well, I'm sure everybody's going to find fault with something because they just don't want to look at it. What's ahead for you? What are you planning to do next?
I'm just waiting for the skies to clear up.
From your lips to God's ears. Amber, thanks for coming back on. I look forward to the next time we get together.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.